Hello, my name's Paul McIntyre and welcome back to the National Driving Centre. We're here with another video and with me is our C+E instructor, Keith Whitewood.
And today we're going to talk about the Class 1 uncouple and recouple. Okay, so like Paul said, we're going to show you how to do the uncouple, recouple, to do it correctly, to do it safely, to make sure you pass the test.
Excellent. So as we go through the procedure now, we're not just going to show you how to do it, we're going to put some theory behind it to explain why we do things in a certain manner and why things are touched and pressed at a certain time. So we're going to get started with this uncouple and recouple. So first of all, the uncouple. So Keith, when you're ready, we'll carry on.
Okay, so I'm going to exit the vehicle. I'm going to get out, making sure I use my 3 points of contact. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure it's legal. Can I uncouple here? Is the ground firm? Is it legal? Is it level? Now, so we're walking around the side of the lorry. Probably one of the most important things you're going to do is apply that trailer brake. We can't even think about uncoupling anything until the trailer brake has been applied. Trailer brake's now on. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to lower my legs. As I'm doing this, I want them to stop around 1 inch from the ground. I don't want to lower them all the way to the ground. I'm just going to make it extremely hard work when we recouple again.
So as we lower the legs down, yeah, like Keith said, we're going to leave them about 1 inch off the deck, and we'll talk you why we're going to be doing this. Okay, so we'll give that theory behind the principle.
Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to uncouple my Susie lines. I'm going to release my Susie lines. So I'm going to release my Susie lines. It doesn't really matter what order you do it, but it's better if you have some sort of a system, okay, whether that's top to bottom, right to left. Just make sure we just do release all our Susie lines and try and keep them as neat as possible.
So as we release our air lines, keep your hand on the rear of the air line, because as you can see there's quite a lot of pressure behind it. So as Keith releases it, he's got his hand on the rear of that air line just to stop it flying off into the distance.
Okay, I opened the wind deflector, so now I'm going to close it. Loads of people forget it. It just makes it harder when you line it back up again. Walking down the back of the vehicle, we're changing trailers. So we might need to change our number plate. We're going to take our number plate off. So when we do put it on a new trailer, we're good to go.
So just held in with a couple of little rubber tabs. So just lift the rubber tabs and the number plate pops off. Obviously different vehicles, different ways of setting these things.
I'm going to place this in the cab because I don't want to forget it. I don't want to leave it behind. If it's in the cab of the lorry, I can't lose it. I can't break it. Okay, now we're ready to release our kingpin. Okay, so how I'm going to do this, there's a catch on here. I'm going to release this catch, just let it dangle down. Now it's going to take a little bit of effort. I'm just going to pull it out towards you, all the way out, and it will lock itself home. Don't be scared of giving it a good tug and pulling to the right. If it comes out and pushes straight back in again, it's not been done right. Just give it another gentle pull to the right, and that will do it lovely.
So now Keith has unlocked his fifth wheel. He's now going to carry out the second part of this procedure, which is going to involve pulling forward and parking alongside. So Keith, if you'd like to carry on.
Again, get back in the cab.
So now we're going to pull forward and pull alongside. Now there's a couple of reasons for this. It makes the test a little bit more challenging. Obviously in real life you're never just going to pull forward and then pull back straight. So it allows that steering aspect to be live and real. Okay, so as he pulls forwards now, always make sure the vehicle is in first gear. Some of these automatic transmissions try to do it in second or third, so make sure it's in first gear. Quite a violent little process, so nice and slow, nice and steady. As he comes forward now, you'll see the airbags fill up with air. This is going to cause our air tanks to drop, which will mean we'll have to spend a bit of time building them back up again. Nice and slow, nice and steady. There's no rush here. So now we're just going to come and park alongside. Now, whichever side is safe, obviously that's the one we're going to plan to aim for here. So now we've parked alongside our trailer, we're now going to carry out the next phase of this test. So as Keith exits the vehicle, the examiner is going to give you some words. Keith, if you'd like to carry on, please. Okay, Keith, this is a new trailer. You've never seen it before.
Okay, I've got my number plate with me. I'm going to carry out my trailer checks.
So we're imagining this is a new trailer. Keith has never seen it before. Now the first thing he's going to touch is that trailer brake, making sure it's on the basis that he didn't park it here. Someone else parked it here, and that's the first thing we're going to check. Once he's checked that trailer brake, he's just checking through his SUSI lines, making sure they're not cracked or damaged. You don't want to spend all that time getting that trailer back on and find out there's electrical damage. Then he's going to be checking the fifth wheel pin, okay, making sure there's no cracks or fractures through the base plate, making sure the pin is nice and straight and sturdy. Then we're checking our underrun bars, again, no damage, making sure our VOSA plate is there and it's intact, making sure we know our maximum weights of the vehicle. Then we're going to be carrying out our checks on our tyres, exactly like our CPC questions, okay? If you don't know these ones, hit the subscribe at the bottom and come and see our other videos, and this will talk you through your tyre checks. So he's checking every single tyre for the same thing. So 1 mil over 3/4 of the radial circumference, no bulges, no cuts, ply, cord exposed, making sure the tyre is inflated. Again, every single tyre must be checked. Once he's done that, we'll check our rain and spray suppression equipment, making sure it's not damaged, it's not hitting the tyre, it's not touching the ground. As we come to the rear of the vehicle, again, just general checks, just making sure this vehicle is safe and legal to go onto the road. So he's checking his lights and lenses, making sure we're plated legally, making sure the number plate goes back in. If it is forgotten at this point, don't panic. We can put it in later, but this is a good point to do it. As we come down the other side, exactly the same thing. So again, lights, lenses, making sure our tyres are all intact, making sure that this vehicle is roadworthy to go onto the highway. Excellent stuff. Marvellous. And then once that last tyre is checked, we'll just check that last underrun bar, making sure everything's nice and safe, nice and secure. Keith, are you happy this vehicle is secure?
Yes.
Excellent stuff. So now we're going to carry out our recouple. So at the beginning of this procedure, we spoke about why we leave our legs about 1 inch off the ground. You'll see some people lower them to the ground, and there are mistakes here that we want to try and eradicate. So the reason we leave that bit of a 1 inch, we want to drop the trailer off and then pick it up, okay? As we come back onto our hitch again, what we're going to see is our pin is going to ride up the centre of this keyway. In a perfect world, that is going to be dead center, but sometimes there's going to be a bit of little leeway left and right. So obviously, if our legs are touching the ground as we ride up that keyway, we'll then stress those legs and they can vibrate left to right. We don't want to do that. They're not designed to do that. So leaving that gap, now as we go under the trailer, these skids here will then lift the trailer off the ground, and if there is a little bit of movement left to right, we're not going to damage our legs in that process. So Keith is now happy, this trailer is ready and roadworthy. He's now going to step inside the vehicle and pull forward and reverse back up. So we've fast forward this little section just to try and keep the time down on these videos so they don't go on for too long. So Keith's pulled forward now, and now he's going to reverse up to the vehicle. Keeping it nice and slow, nice and steady. Obviously reverse 1 at all times, making sure that we keep it nice and slow, nice and smooth. As he continues to go back, he's going to stop, and now we're going to carry out what we call the height check. He's going to make sure the tractor unit is a good height and it's not going to damage any lights or lenses when he reverses up to the trailer. And we're, if we need to adjust our height on the tractor unit, we can do that through our air suspension. As he jumps back into the vehicle now, he's going to then obviously select reverse 1, and nice and slow, nice and steady, just keeping the vehicle nice and even in both mirrors. So as you check both mirrors now, you'll be able to see the vehicle is nice and even and it's nice and straight. Nice and slow, nice and steady, and you'll see the skids go underneath the trailer. And now the airbags will detect this weight and then fill up the airbags and prevent those legs from juddering left to right. Nice and smooth, nice and steady on that throttle. And as he goes backwards now, he's making sure that that pin will lock itself back in. And as he locks it back in, he's then going to keep it in reverse, go backwards twice, and then forwards twice. Just a little dab of the throttles just to make sure it's all there. So now Keith has recoupled the trailer. He's going to carry out the next phase. Keith, if you'd like to carry on, please. So as we can see, quite a violent process, rehitching that trailer. Take your time, take it slow and gentle, and we'll be fine. So as Keith exits the vehicle, the first thing he's going to touch is that locking mechanism. With an open palm, slapping it back, making sure it's in that locked position. Then we're just going to relock it with our safety catch, making sure our illumination comes back on our hitch. And then we know that's locked in. Now we're going to carry on around the front of the vehicle. And we can then redo our Susie line. So Keith, what are we going to be doing next?
We'll open wind deflector. I'm going to make it easy for me to get to it.
Excellent stuff.
I'm going to attach my Susie lines. What I can't do is just try and put it in. It's not going to work. This collet, you've got to prime it. You've got to pull it back. It will line up quite nicely in that lug. Pull that collet back, push it in, and then turn it. That way it's not going to go anywhere. Okay, so the next line I'm going to put on is my red line, my emergency line. Again, I'm going to line it up. Which is on, give that a twist, it can't go anywhere. And it doesn't really matter which order you put the rest of them on. Okay? As long as these all stay nice and neat, we can't really go too far wrong with it. They should go on easy. If you've got to force them on, you're doing it wrong. There we go. Okay, all our Susie lines are collected. I'm going to put my air deflector back. Now I'm going to walk down. The next thing I'm going to do is raise my trailer legs. I can't drive down the road with my trailer legs up.
Although people do try.
It wouldn't be the first one. Okay, let's make sure we're going the right way. There we go. Some people like to wear gloves with this. Personally, I don't like it, but that is your choice. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to release that trailer brake, and then before I drive down the road, I must offer a light check. I can't go out on the highway without a light check. Trailer brake's off. Paul, could you check the lights for me, please?
Of course.
Okay, so I'm going to ask him to turn the lights on in any order whatsoever. As long as we go through them, I'm going to ask him to check them, and then we're good to go. Okay, Paul. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Excellent. So all our lights are working. The examiner will then say to you, are you happy with that? The answer would be yes. Guys and girls, I hope this has been helpful for you. Take your time. There's no rush while doing this. Best of luck with your test.
So thanks very much for watching. We hope this video has been some help. If you like this video, please hit the like button, thumbs up, and subscribe for our future videos. And take care out there.